Alright, welcome back everyone. So first I wanted to thank everyone who checked out our shop tour video. Getting ready to try to make a sign with our Langmuir crossfire Pro system. I haven't cut one this big before on this machine, so it's going to be all new to me today, so you guys are going to go through it with me here. I'll show you here in a minute on the computer what we're doing. It's a sign for a buddy of mine's car lot. It's 4 by 5 foot 3/16 piece of steel that we're going to cut it out of, and I'm going to have to do like half of it, and then flip the steel around and do the bottom part, because the table only goes, I think it's just under, I believe it's just under 4 or 3, just under 4 foot, like 3.5 foot, going the width, or the length, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna put the camera on the computer here in a second. I'm gonna kind of show you how I made the sign on Fusion 360, and then we'll go to the table and try to get this thing cut out. All right, let's do it. Kind of real quick, if you're wanting to learn more on 360, there's a ton of stuff on YouTube, but this is just how I do it. I'm still learning myself, so basically start with a sketch, put in my size of the sign, zoom out, and then I'll extract it to the thickness of the metal, which is 3/16. And then I put in my text. And like I said, this is just the way I do it. There's so many ways. Everybody does it a little bit different here. River's edge. Okay. Centered 5-inch letter. Maybe go 6 here. Yep. Alright, so then flip this around. So then I'll take my letters, kind of set them where I want them. First I'll type it all out so it's laid out on the sign, because once you extract through this through the sign itself, like I'm getting ready to show you, it's in place. You can go back in and edit it though, but I just like to set them all up first. But once you get it all set up how you want it, your layout, I'll actually just extract these letters too. And I just take it and drag it through it. Got to make sure it's set on cut over here, because if not, it'll join it. Okay, so basically there you go on that. And if you look, it's all the way through it. That's the part that's going to get cut out on the metal. So the only problem you have in here, let me just type in one more thing. I have, okay. So the only problem on these parts here, where there's a you have to connect these parts here, or else they'll fall through the metal when it gets cut out. So basically, if you look here, I connected them, and the way I do that is I'll just go in and add a I'll just show you one here. That was 3/16 by, let's just say 7 inches. Whoops. By 7 inches. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll take this, center it where I want it, and then I'll actually go in. Whoop. And extract this to join, not cut. And I'll do it the thickness of the metal. I think I did it for CI. No, it was, I think we put in quarter. What's going on here? You gotta extract at the same thickness of the metal or else it won't. Did I not choose it? Edit. Oh, maybe it's minus 3/16. Yeah, I think it was. There we go. So then, now when it cuts on the machine, it'll just cut out that, and this will be connected. You won't lose your O's, your centers of your letters. So, but I'll have to go through and do all that, every one of them like that, just like I done here. See how I added all these in? Now none of that'll fall through. Then once we get to this point here, we'll go into manufacture, which I've already done this, but I can just edit it. This thing's being slow today. Okay, here we go. Once I'm in here, I'll go in and make you gotta make a setup. You'll have to choose where your starting point is on where you want it to start on the cutter. And then body, you gotta select the model. Why does that look a little different? I'll name it here. And then gotta make a cutting tool for it. Go in and choose our tool, which it's right there. I put in a few different sizes on the ones I've cut before, so they're already preset. But we'll choose the 3/16. That's a little fast on the time, so I select it, and then I'll change it here I cut it down a little bit to 85. And then I just select the sign. You can go in and select each one of these. Let me show you. So you can go in here and select one at a time, and you can see the way it's going to cut it out. But you'll have to go through and do every single one of them like that. So I just like to choose it. I click it on the center of the metal or the sign, and then it chooses it all for me. It's kind of like automatic. And then this doesn't matter because we have automatic torch height on the machine. Here, I just go off of what I've seen. I've been trying to play with these numbers. I'm just going off of what's out there already. Smoothing. Like I said, you can look into this further if there's something you want to get into. But these settings have been working for me, so I just keep using them. And 90 degree, just to 0, and I think that's it. This here is you can select it where you want it to start cutting at on the machine. So if I hit it here, that's where it's going to start, my cut point. You can put it up here, you can put it anywhere. But I don't usually mess with it. I just let it start on its own. I'll show you here when it does we can do an automated cut out of it. And depending on the size of this usually takes a couple minutes. On smaller stuff, it goes a lot faster. You'll see it over here. It'll be green with the check mark when it's done, generating the process. I want to just show you guys what it looks like on a simulate. Like I said, it's 5 foot by 4 foot, so you got to think it's got to, add up everything. If it was a let's just say 12-inch by 12-inch sign, it would be a lot faster than this here. And depending on your computer, probably too, the speeds of it. Okay, that ended up taking like 3 or 4 minutes. So once that's done, I'll go in here, do a simulate, and you can speed it up or slow it down and kind of show you how it's going to cut it out on the machine. And if you watch it here, it's going to tell you where it's going to start cutting it at. You can go like that, and you can see the tool itself. Let me speed it up a little bit. Then it just goes around and shows you. This way you can see if it's going to miss anything, because sometimes you do this and you'll have a part that's not going to cut out, and I'll just go back in and edit the cutting tool and over here and change my numbers around a little bit until I get it to work. That's what I found works for me. I don't know why it's going back over that. Let me see what it's doing here. Maybe I bumped something. Yeah, I think I clicked it again. So anyways, you get the point. Okay, here's what I meant by I have to go and choose only what I want and not the outer part. So I got to go in here and choose all these and be careful, because if not, it'll choose the it'll choose the outer part, and I don't want it. I just want the letters like we had on the top part. Try to be careful, that way I don't hit the red part, orange, whatever colors it's showing up on the computer. I got all those. Man, that thing's going slow now. I must be making it think. Got her thinking about too much. Come on. Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and choose these lower holes with it so we don't have to go back in and do it after. Instead of doing like we did the top where we did them afterwards. Because I didn't have them made. If we'll ever get there, this thing is taking forever. Jeez. All right, let's get these holes. One. Come on. 2. And 3. Okay. Hit OK. Let it do its thinking. So basically the same thing. After this is done, I'll I'll export it over into the cutting program and we'll get to that. I'll bring you guys back when that's going on. Choose your file. And there it is. You'll set your, I usually set my ordinance like where I wanted to start cutting. This will zero out once I zero my machine. If I hit that now, it'll do it, but my machine ain't on. But it'll zero out to the corner you want it to start at. I can have it start anywhere I want. Like here if I want. That's where my starting point will be on my cut. And then basically about it. I don't touch nothing else in here. These are all my settings on the torch height control. And this thing has a bunch of good little settings in it. I really like this Langmuir system and this torch fire or fire control. I'll get the table all set up in the metal and we'll get to cutting on it. See you guys shortly. Okay, got the steel all loaded up here to the machine. Went into the computer and got some measurements and I got it all indexed. Hopefully I got it right. This is a pretty pricey piece of steel here. Like I said, we'll cut this half first, we'll flip the steel around, and then we'll get the bottom part cut out. The way it's got to be done here is I just had to choose the letters only, because this is 4 foot by 5 foot piece of steel. That's what my layout is in the computer. So if I chose it all, it would have cut the border and all, meaning it would have tried to cut the the outside square out. So I had to choose all the letters separate, set them up here on the top part, the upper half of it, and then I'll have to choose all the lower ones, set them where I want to cut them on the bottom after we flip it, and then re-index that, and hopefully it all cuts it square. So we're all about to see it together. So hopefully it all works out good, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thanks. Okay, here's what I meant by I have to go and choose only what I want and not the outer part. So I got to go in here and choose all these and be careful, because if not, it'll choose the, it'll choose the outer part and I don't want it. I just want the letters like we had on the top part. Try to be careful that way I don't hit the red part, orange, whatever colors it's showing up on the computer. I think I got all those. Man, that thing's going slow now. I must be making it think. Got her thinking. About too much. Come on. Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and choose these lower holes with it so we don't have to go back in and do it after. Instead of doing like we did the top where we did them afterwards. Because I didn't have them made. If we'll ever get there, this thing is taking forever. Jeez. All right, let's get these holes. One. Come on. 2. And 3. Okay. Hit OK. Let it do its thinking. So basically the same thing. After this is done, I'll export it over into the cutting program and we'll get to that. I'll bring you guys back when that's going on. Okay. Alright, we're getting ready to fire this thing up. I'm in the software here, making sure everything's on. The torch on. Zero the workspace. And looks like it's all correct. There it goes. Hopefully it's all good. So we all witnessed something good. Safety glasses on, let's do it. Alright, we're getting ready to fire this thing up. I'm in the software here, making sure everything's on. The torch on, 0 the workspace, and looks like it's all correct. There it goes. Hopefully it's all good. So we all witnessed something good. Safety glasses on, let's do it. I usually try to get these out with a magnet. The ones that are sticking up here. That way they don't interfere. That's a little hot. Hopefully you guys can see this pretty good. Trying to get it all in the camera here. Had a little trouble here with the S at the bottom. Looks like I didn't cut about a, I don't know, probably a 16th. Might have to probably cut it by hand. I don't know why it done that. Everything else though looks like it's cutting out pretty nice. This sign's going to be pretty cool. It's going to have a, I'm going to weld some angle to the back of it. I'll show all that. And then he's going to put some neon around it, or LED lighting. So it'll glow through the letters when it's on the building. Ought to look pretty good when it's done. This is the biggest thing I've cut on this table so far. So this is a first for me today too, as you guys are watching it. So if anything messes up, it's going to mess up live. Hopefully not. Thing ain't wanting to grab. That's alright. This magnet ain't wanting to work. I don't know if I demagnetize it when I pick that hot metal up or what. Or these pieces are heavier maybe. Hopefully this will lighten it up a little bit. That thing is real heavy. Probably try to go and get some footage after he hangs the sign up and gets it all working. Maybe we'll edit it in on another video in the future here. Kind of do like an update on it. Thought it stopped for a minute there, but hopefully you guys can hear me all right through all this. This mic is supposed to be a little bit better than that other one. All right. I'll move it out of the way and then we can try to get some of these out of here. Hopefully that S is okay. Yeah, I don't know if yeah, it ain't as strong anymore. Let me go grab some pliers. These things are pretty hot. I'll try to just stack them here. I'm gonna let this cool off. Flip it around and get the other part done. I forgot I got to cut some mounting holes in it. I'm gonna have to go in and edit the software. No biggie though, because as long as I don't move this metal, it'll pick up right where it's indexed at. I better be careful there. I almost moved it. Come on out of there. That'd be pretty cool to use those letters as a something else for him if he wanted to stick them on something. He may want them. If not, it's just scrap. You know? Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe this stuff is just heavier. Might be alright. I thought maybe I messed the magnet up. Usually just drop those down in there in the water, in the cutting fluid. Leave those down in there. So that's out. Go on the other side here. Yeah, I think it all cut good, except for the bottom of that S. I think we're good. Okay. Here's the one that didn't cut that good. Just at the bottom of it. I'm gonna try to wiggle it out of there, hopefully. Well, you know what? I better go ahead and cut my mounting holes out first, and then worry about, before I go moving this thing, then it won't be in the right area no more. Good. I think it did good. All right, so I'm gonna let this cool off a second. I'm gonna set up those the mounting holes, probably in each corner. I'll probably do 3 across the top and 3 on the bottom. It's a pretty big, heavy sign. Probably like a 1/2-inch hole. Let me edit that real quick, and then I'll bring you guys back, and we'll cut those out and then flip it around. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a dry run with the torch off, just to see where it starts at here. I'm gonna try to put a mark. I'm gonna cut on my, well, let's just do it like this. And there. One there. Yeah, I think we'll be good. And one there. Okay. So let's go back to 0. And take it off a dry run. Cut the torch on. And let's do it. Right on top of the slat right there, and on that other one. That's all right. We'll get it out of there here in a minute. Get that thing to quit blowing water. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this cool off for a second. I'll get it flipped around and get that S cut out of it real quick, and then I'll bring you guys back and we'll cut the bottom. Be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back. I got it flipped around and re-indexed, and we're getting ready to blast at it. Hopefully we got it going here. Let me cut the torch on. Torch is on. Go to 0. And let's do it. Here's where you guys will see about what I was saying, why I had to connect those, the centers of the letters. If I didn't do that, that would have fell through. If you watch here, I'll show you a close-up too when it's done, but you can see only the outside of that fell through. I did that on a little sign when I first got this, and I didn't do that. And I wasted I think it was like a 2 foot by 3 foot sheet, cut it all out and realized that all my centers was gone. They say you learn from your mistakes, right? Looks like it's all, if I look down the side of it over here, like it's in line pretty good, so I think I got it in that side. I know one thing, these GoPro batteries die real fast. Nobody's kidding about that when they talk about them in their videos. Them things are done fast. And they get super hot. See ya. Probably shouldn't mess with those unless they're hanging or sticking up in the air. Probably what I'll wait. Yeah, that piece of steel probably weighs, I don't know, maybe 60, 75 pounds, maybe more. It's heavy. It's real heavy. I'm gonna cut this screen on here so you guys can watch on the screen how it does it. It's pretty cool when it cuts it out. Hang on a second. Hopefully it's catching that well. Yeah, see, as it goes around these, take my mouse and point it out. If you watch on the table, you can see it cutting as it's going down this 7 in the exact same spot. Pretty cool. You can pause it if you have to, you know, if something's wrong or for whatever reason, but and it'll go right back to where you was. You can hit a resume from location. It's a pretty simple software. It's not hard to learn at all. I mean, for beginners, for anybody wanting to get into this for a hobby maybe or something, I know a lot of guys are, but I have to have my glasses on. But it's real easy to learn, and there's tons of videos out there. I mean, I can even make one if somebody was interested in it, like the basics, just to get you by and get you going if you was wanting to get into something like this. But you go to their site, and they're not paying me for nothing. So you go there, Langmuir, and check out their system. I can't remember how much this one was. This is the Pro, and I got all the torch height control, and I think it was something else extra. I can't remember. But anyways, if you guys are interested in that, getting started with a little hobby, making signs for people, You can make all kind of stuff with this. Like I said, we're getting ready to make this vise and a vise stand for the welding table. I got some plans for a vise, a real nice big vise. And cut it out, you can weld it all up and have some nice stuff. Brackets, anything for chassis or, you know, whatever. But all right, I'm gonna let this finish up on the table then. We'll go back to that camera here in a few. I think it's all falling into place pretty good. I probably shouldn't count my chickens before they're hatched, right? Or whatever the saying is. Let it finish first. So far, so good anyway. If you guys are from Ohio, this guy here, River's Edge, his name is Matt. He's over there on 104 and 316, I think it is. But got some good cars, good prices. Try to get some pretty nice stuff. I mean, and he gets what people want too. So if there's something he ain't got, he'll get it for you. Easy to deal with. Super nice guy. Super nice guy. Once again, he ain't no kind of paid advertising for him either. I'm just saying how it is, you know. Still pretty warm. I know this thing keeps it warm in the area, so in the wintertime it's going to be nice cutting on this thing. Yeah, I made this little, this red thing right here, the index plate. I got the plans from another guy. I can't remember the site, but I just put my name in there, Midwest Customs, but it's real nice because that's how I just indexed this in. I just put it back in the same spot it was when I had it flipped the other way and took the measurements off of the software that I made it all in and transferred it to this. So essentially you could cut a sign if it's roughly 4 foot wide. Well, this is 4 foot. I've still got a little bit left on the sides over there. So 4 foot, let's just say, you can make it as long as you wanted. If you wanted to keep feeding it through and keep indexing it, you can make a pretty big thing. I mean, if you think about that. So them guys that have them real long, I mean, those are nice because you ain't got to do what I'm saying to you right now about moving it all and re-indexing, but like the ones that are huge, they cost tens of thousands of dollars. You can do the same thing with it. Same result. You really can. Get your settings right and get your measurements right. Think of, you know. I'll have to pry those out a little bit. I think that's it. I'm gonna get this all punched out and setting over there on the welding table, and then we'll clean it up a little, and then I'll proceed to the back side with the angle. We got to weld the angle on the outside of it for his lighting. I got to drill some holes on the mill so he can mount his lighting to it, and then we'll weld that on there and clean it up, and we can give it back to him. But I'll bring you guys back when we're doing that. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the episode 1 there. Had to split it up in 2. It was getting kind of long. Hopefully there's some good content in there for you guys to check out and everything. I just wanted to talk about these videos a little bit. It took forever for me to do this. It was, you know, getting in front of the camera thing and all that, but finally got the courage to do it. It's pretty hard to do. I mean, you think it's a simple thing, just look at the camera and do whatever, but it's not. So for everybody out there that makes videos, kudos to all. But so I'm trying to build this channel here. I'm going to do this full time. So if it's not a whole lot to ask from you guys, I really appreciate to hit that like button and subscribe and share this video, all the videos, you know. And if you don't like them, tell me why in the comments down there. But it really helps. It's encouraging to see that and read it, you know, whatever you guys got to say. It's real helpful, you know, when you've done something and somebody's watching, and whether they like it or don't like it, you know, it's really helpful. So I really appreciate that for you guys, if you guys could do that for me. Oh, I wanted to say, I don't know, I wore glasses that whole time, well, in this second part, the second video, when I was doing all the angle stuff and cutting and everything. I wore my safety glasses the whole time. I still ended up to get a little piece of something in my eyeball there. I don't know how it got in between all that, stuck to my head, the glasses and all, but it does, it finds its way in there. So I had to kind of take a break for a day, finishing up things. But hopefully you guys like all this. I'm getting ready to get the second one out, hopefully here in like a day or something. But I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. Thanks so much, and hope to see you on the next one.